Hi everyone, my name is Shasta and this is my first YouTube recording. I just wanted to share my notion on how I use it. And basically, I've discovered Notion 2 months ago, I think, early November. And I discovered that it can do so many different things. And I think that a lot of people will find benefits in it. And there is a multitude of ways to use Notion, and I'm very excited to share with you how I use it. And hopefully, if anybody wants a template, I just don't know how to create one, but I'll find out and I'll be happy to share this with you. Or if you have questions, you can also ask me. So basically, I called it Shasta's Command Center. And the two people that I loved watching about Notion are August Bradley and also Marie. I watch August more because he is very techy, very systematic and operational, and Marie is very simple. She knows how to put things so simply and it's so easy to understand. So this is what I've done for my Notion. And the three areas in my life, the big picture, as you say it, are growth, vaults, and personal. And for growth, these are the pages that are important to me. And my vaults, I just use vaults for database. So these are all of my database. I have quite a few of them. I have a task database. I have my real estate class database. I'm trying to be a real estate agent, and I think I'll be able to share what I will do as well on my, probably I'll be able to share that later on. And then my habits and rituals, my vault. So when I find something useful, I want to be able to store that and then be able to refer on them later on or reference on them on important topics or ideas, like when I have a speech for Toastmasters right here. My other databases are here as well. And my review later, these are just notes that are random. And I have this little cute pink diamond. It's a symbol of resilience for me and to strive hard and to align myself with my goals. And of course, my rewards, like all of these are things that keeps me going. And my personal as well, I've added a wedding countdown here because Notion allows you to embed links and I would say widget. And the idea came from August Bradley because he embeds weather. I don't really care what weather it is outside because I work from home. So that's why I don't add it. But it's a great tool to use as well, just to remind myself, oh, my wedding is in 110 days, right? So I have different pages here as well for my personal things. And this is where things really gets to be like when you work on something, this is where it is. So I'll start with these area here. I just added this actually yesterday because I figured that I have thoughts in my head and I just want to be able to dump them. So this is why I added these. Quick to do. It's empty because I've already assigned them to a day or a task. And then my one thing. And the reason why this is actually very cool, like the toggles, it allows you to expand and collapse, right? So it saves space and you can see the big picture. So my one thing, it's not really my one thing, but my priorities. So I have my personal priorities, work, etc. So for example, on my personal Notion, these are pretty hard, but let's say in real estate, right? So schedule the practice of new potential clients, like I'm getting pre-approval. Okay, so in my real estate class, I come across a lot of questions that a normal client might ask. So I figured to write it here so that way I can be ready when somebody asks me that question. So the way that I'm going to put this into action is on my calendar, right? So this is the task database. and you can choose however view you want. So you can have a task database view, like a table view. Just remember that a database is pretty much just like an Excel file. It has columns and rows, and based on that columns and rows, if you have dates assigned or if you have a property for dates, you can make a calendar of it, right? So I'll show you that later in depth, maybe. But I just wanted to show you how you can use Notion on a daily basis and put things not only in perspective, but put things in action. So in this instance, schedule the practice. So I can either drag and drop it, right? So I wanted to make it for February. I can drag and drop it here on a Monday because it doesn't have much assigned to it. So there you go. So when you click on it, it already assigns you the by date because I've already drag and drop it on the date, which is already assigned as a property. And I'll show you that later. I hope I'm making sense. So the life area, I like it because this is my property for like, okay, big picture, and it drills down. So my life area, I know this is a real estate. So I can just filter this out later to just see, okay, all of my real estate related tasks, I can see them all in one look. If I have a specific action, this is just like, it's not really something I need to drill down further, but for the sake of this, schedule practice of new potential client. So I would say either research or study. So I'll put study. There you go. And if I wanted to drill even further, then I would put a status, right? So this is how you can make this as actionable as possible. So let's just click out of there, and it's already gone here. So you'll just go like that, so on and so forth on your quick entry. So there's a lot of things here, and I wanted to be able to post more in YouTube and get in the habit of social media and marketing and learn and get better at it, because that's where the world goes at this time. So we better get on it. So, okay, this is basically the calendar that I have for my tasks. There's so many tasks from all different, I would say, all different aspects of my life, all different areas of my life. So this is how I wanted it to be. And you can always like change the location. You can move this here at the bottom or at the top and so forth. Let me just move this a little bit. Okay, so let's say that you just wanted to know what is up today. Then you just click this filter. It's already pre-made. You can always add different views, different types of views, and that's up to you how you wanted to use it. So for this one, I just filtered it for tomorrow, and I added a filter here by date. It's tomorrow and it's not done. Okay, so right here, tomorrow I have a shipment that is coming, and I also have a meeting with Angel as my mentee with my Toastmasters life area. So I've already set this up earlier. All right, so let's say I wanted to see what's up. Today we've seen that. Tomorrow we've seen, let's say, all outstanding, not only all outstanding, only not done tasks. So here we have starting February. Well, we are here in January. So I have a couple of things over the weekend that I haven't reviewed yet. So I need to work on that. And here I have my study real estate. I have 4 days that I need to work on. I have added a date here just to tell me, okay, you have 4 days to finish this one unit, which is probably very generous of me. I should shorten that up, but let's just say I'll review that later. So just remember that all of these properties here is just a different view instead of by column. So you can see, let's just go back here on the view. You can make this view as a table, right? But for me, it's not appetizing, it's not very viewable, or it's not like, what am I going to do with a table? So let's just keep it at calendar view, and let's do all outstanding. And we looked at the real estate one, and these are the properties related to this specific, I would say, database. And you can add as many properties as you want. Just like here, add a property. Do you want this? You want to add like um, a quick comment. So you can add comment, right? Or you can add another database just like this, because this one is about real estate. I wanted to be able to take notes. So because I've had different database already that I've set up, I can refer on them. I can create a database, linked database within a database. I hope that makes sense. So I just titled this Chamberlain class, and as the database that is related to my real estate principles class, and it's all about Unit 11, real estate taxation. So when I'm studying, instead of adding here on my task, because each task, there's so many different types of tasks. It could be a call task, review task, blah, blah, blah. It has nothing to do with the real thing, right? So you wanted to be able to write it up at the right database or on the right page. So if I wanted to make notes, if I wanted to really synthesize the information, then I write it here. So everything here, like for example, let's make this bigger just for everyone to see easily. Okay, here. So if I wanted to read on property taxation, proposition 13, blah, 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 and I'm reading them through. And as I read through, there's a question, right? So I just assign a toggle on it, so that way I can read a question in peace and not have to worry about the answer. And if I guess the right answer, I just click on the toggle and it tells me, okay, I chose the right answer. So it's very helpful for me. Notion really allowed me to put action all of my goals, my aspirations. And if I do this on a regular basis, I think that my life will be fruitful and it will move forward nicely and intense, not intently, it's called with, um, it slipped my mind now. Let's just go back to this command center. So it's the same thing for each of these pages, right? So my business plan will have a vault related to it depending on what database I wanted to refer on. Most likely it will be the task database. Real estate, it will have the Chamberlain class. My Toastmasters, it will have my meetings, my Toastmasters Club meetings. Notion mind map, these are just like for me to remember what I've learned based on the task or the abilities that I wanted it to be. Like for example, let's just open it really quick. So for example, my history of command center, right? It didn't look like that before. So it looked like this. It used to be different. Let's make this full width. Okay. It used to look like this. And this is like the fourth version already. I just realized I need to document more on the evolution of my Notion, and I can share that with you as well. So that way I can give credits to the people that I've learned from and the thought process that I went through. Like for example, here I realized that I need to review my year so I can point out my growth. And because of that, what did I watch? I thought I watched, yeah, I watched August Bradley on this before. And let's just click on the one above because I know I did something here. Creating your North Star. And I think this is Okie Dokie by Marie. I love her. She's so cool. So she talked about like creating a manifesto and your North Star, but I call it alignment. I like that idea. So And then here I've had an event where I discovered that using overdue checkbox as a filter in calendar or list view makes it easier for you to see only overdue items. So let's see how I discovered that. Oh, I don't have any reference on it. But anyways, so I just started to take notes on my evolution and my thoughts. So that way I can really remember where it came from and so forth. Like weekly review, Marie, creating a weekly agenda, because I realized that I need to be able to have a weekly items in my agenda and so forth. Because now that I have a calendar, I need to be able to drill it down further. Right? So I hope I'm not missing anything, and I hope that I'm not rambling so much, but next time I'll try to go over in details on each of these pages. And if you want me to make a template of this, I don't know exactly how I'm going to make a template, but if anybody wants it, I'll be more than happy to find out how to do that, and then I'll share it with you guys. And of course, this calendar is a toggle, so if you just close that toggle, I have another calendar for my budget. So that's the table here. I can make that into a calendar view. So it tells me what needs to be paid when, right? And then my quick entry to my knowledge vault. So this one makes more sense to be a table. And of course, this knowledge vault is in here. This is my one of my database, my favorite database. I'll show you that next time, what I've done on it. And my quick meal plan. This is just a quick entry and doesn't have any table in it. My Calendly. I planned this for my future real estate appointments. So if I already have a commitment, I won't be double booked, right? So I'll show you that next time how I did that, and then Google. And all of these are just random, so you can just ignore that. But pretty much, this is my command center here. This is where I manage my life and how I think would how I wanted it to go, and the things I need to remember and consider. And just two more things. You've noticed this diamond here. This is my kind of like my symbol for resilience and keeping focused, and remember that the more challenges there is in life, the more it shines you and it makes you the best version of yourself. So don't be afraid of problems and challenges. And then my next one that I wanted to show you, and this should be my last, this is just a preview on the next one that I'll share, is the Dale's daily habits and rituals. And I think this is so important. Really, August is the one that really influenced me on this. So it's important for me to create successful habits. So this is why I have all of these columns here, and I'll show you exactly why, what, and so forth. But all of these boxes are things that are very important to me. I need to get them done. I just don't want to be like, okay, when have I done it? And I don't want to use another platform like an app for this. It's just an easy box to check anyways. But the next one I wanted to show you is how do you relate other database and create roll-ups in it. So that way, for example, on this day, January 1, this is my calorie intake, my calorie burn, and the total calorie that I did because I did a roll-up, right? So I refer on another database. I click on the things that I ate for that day, and then because it's clicked together, Notion allows you to roll up information for you. So in this case, it's added for me. And then for the column of calorie intake and for the column of the burned calories burned if I do exercise. And then I added another column to allow me to add minus it together, because I don't want to just have an before it's all in one column, but I don't want to kid myself into like, okay, I ate 2,000 calories and I burned 400 calories. Oh, I did success, right? Because I only ate 1,600 calories for the day, whereas I really wanted to know exactly what I did for that day without having it already broken down. So I did a boo-boo for the last 2 days of my life, and I have to get better at it. So I better correct that and pay attention with my meals because I overate. So 2,000 calories 2 days ago, and yesterday 1,700 calories. I'm supposed to be at, I should say, 900 to 1,200 calories. So I'm totally way over. I'm gonna be fat soon. Knock on wood. Okay, so I wanted to show you this next time, how you can create one. It's very easy, and I'll just go ahead and finish this video. Thank you, everyone. I hope that you guys liked it, and if you need anything, you can always just send me a message. Bye bye.